Hello there. So here is my screen. I'm in Lightroom and I'm going to show you real quick of how the pictures look. I had captured all in all around 200 odd pictures and then shortlisted 60 plus, which I am going to show you. And from these images, I plan to shortlist say 15 or 20 of the images which I love the most. Sort of like this. I'm just going to flag them. Though I really do not like, I'm not sure if I would like the hand in the hair, but that looks something different. So for now, I would keep this image. Let me show you the pink drape images. This is how that came. Guess I like this one. Love this. Of course, I have a better one. I love this. I love how the black came out on top of her. This is the black dress which we made out of that mesh fabric. And again, when you see your images, you would find out mistakes, you would find out those tiny little points which you should not have missed. And that's how we all perfect our work, guys. So for editing, I use LSP actions. I do hand edit as well at times, but then LSP actions are something which are beautiful to have in your collection. So for this, either you could use the select and fix action in here or just the simple content aware fill. Or you could either take a sample of this color and paint it as well. Anything which works for you. Also, I like to resize my images to 4:6. So if I extended the image a bit, and I would just do it so this goes away. Don't worry about the wrinkles. Any which ways I would be putting on an texture later on. I use Portraiture by Imagenomic to smoothen out the skin tone. See, you could see the difference. Let's go ahead and liquefy. So she was just 28 weeks pregnant when we did this, so she had a rather small tummy. I would also slim down her arms. Just shape her legs a bit. I like to stretch the dresses a bit. This gives an illusion of height. I like to structure the face a bit using the jawline and the face width. You can see the difference before and after. It's good to go. From here, so there are some wrinkles on her dress. There are a couple of ways using which we could correct them. One is, of course, we could patch it out, stamp it, color it, or what I do mostly is just take this fabric smooth paint from this is from the Maternity Actions from LSP. Brush is set at 24%. Just smoothen out. You could paint it as well, but I like to leave a little imperfections in the final image. And also it gives a nice soft feel to the dress. Before and after. Nice. There are some imperfections on the skin. So what we could do is we could go here, take the perfect skin base and correct the skin tone. Portrait skin is also something which comes out beautifully well onto the face, but I would rather start with the perfect skin base. I'm doing a tiny bit of it on her hands as well. So you could see the difference for yourself. See before and after. It makes so much of a difference. I would use the smart sharpen brush just to highlight and sharpen the features. Like to sharpen up the hair also. So there's one thing which I love to do in almost all my images, that is to add textures. I use the LSP textures. LSP. Let's go ahead with this. It's called GAUB and that's in the Camden texture collection from LSP. And it is not that you would get these textures only in LSP. You would find beautiful textures from a lot of other actions and a lot of other people as well. So just see what, again, just see what works out for you. So I'm just Very quick removing the texture from her dress. There are times when I just leave it on. Maybe we would just leave it on her dress and remove it from her body. Also like to neutralize the skin paint. Take a snapshot and flatten. That's it. So I have my logo. That's it. We're done. So let's edit this image in here. I would elongate that a bit. Let's get the background ready. The canvas roll, sorry, this is not a canvas roll. The seamless paper which I have used in here is 9 feet in length. If you have a bigger space, you can opt in for a 12 feet paper too. Be careful that you do not step up on the dress while doing this. So I'm using the push tool in here. We would also extend her tummy, create a shape. Slim down her arms. And liquefy becomes way too much if you just overdo it. So you'll have to be very careful. Just extending the crown part of the hair a bit. Let's tuck in the fabric from here. Would also structure this. Also what we could do is elongate this. Let's take the bloat tool and give a little volume to her dress. So this looks better. Also what I would do is I would give structure to this. And this over here. Anything which is not in line or popping up, let's just tuck that in. Few of the things you can even correct with a clone tool. Today I prefer to do it more in here. Let's just do the jawline and face width a tiny bit, and that's the before and the after. It's so much better. Let's save the changes. Okay, so now since we are done, let's just use our portraiture to even out the skin tone, or rather the skin texture. Post that, let's use the perfect skin base. And I would set the flow to 24%. Or 25, whatever. There's this little patch out here which I need to smoothen up. Also, you could do that a little on her arms and the skin. Okay. That's better now. Let's use the Smart Sharpen paint, and you could do this using a high pass filter as well. You do not really need an action just to do this. Let's clone out some of her hair. This is good. I would also clone this dress over here. You could smooth out the dress as well, but I like it just the way it is. So we're largely done in here. Let's go ahead and put a texture. And as you all know, we are going to put a LSP texture in here, but you could use any of the textures available out there. I'm sure there would be so many open source textures available which you could just download and add to your images, or you could rather paint your own backdrops with texture. There are hundreds of tutorials available. Just be creative, just keep creating something. So I've added the texture really quick. I am using a brush just to erase that off from her skin and a little of her dress, because I don't want the dress to merge into the backdrop. I also like to neutralize it to get the skin tones back. Flatten it. Let's just go and add the logo. That should be it. Thank you. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this helped you a lot in editing. And do let me know in the comments if you have any questions, and I would be happy to help.